And our first guest for today is Karisa Kelly, the local author of the children's book, My ABC Book, about St. Kitts and Nevis, a historically themed alphabet book about our federation. Good morning, Karisa. Welcome to Good Morning, SKN.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Lovely, lovely. I can feel the excitement already. So where did the idea to write a children's book come from?
Well, really, I have 4 children.
Oh,
Right? Yes.
I couldn't guess. I couldn't guess.
Well, hello. I'm the mother of 4.
Okay.
And so basically all of them are in the early childhood sector.
Okay.
And so I saw a gap that needed to be filled with the material that they were using. I work in education.
Oh, lovely.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Right? So I was exploring entrepreneurial ideas, as I normally do. And I was like, Holy Spirit, what can I do for this independence? And he gave me a project. That's not complete as yet. But while I was working on that project, this idea came about. And hey, here it is.
The book, I know. I can't wait to get into it.
I know, right? So
Yes.
your focus on culture and heritage, Kittitian culture and heritage, why was that important for you to do?
What was important for me to do?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm a proud Kittitian. And I'm a patriot, okay? I am. And then I find that history is always a subject that it is seen as boring. And even though we have a rich culture and a rich heritage, it's not really taught. If you go on a tour as a tourist and you're exposed to it, but as a little child you aren't. It's only when independence comes around that we focus on anything regarding history or heritage. You don't normally focus on that kind of thing. And I was like, okay, this is something I can do for myself, and I can do for my federation, and I can do for my little readers, because hello, I'm a mother again. So I was like, this is something that really needs to be done, and hence it was.
So, Karisa, you say you're in the education segment, right? Why is it this history of St. Kitts isn't presented as a subject or taught other than during independence?
That's a very good question. Even though I work in education, I work at the CFBC.
Okay.
So I work in administration, basically. I'm not an educator per se.
Okay.
Yes. So that's a really good question. And that is something that, I really plan to bring up when I do get the opportunity to speak to whoever the new Minister of Education will be, or may not be. We don't know. You don't know yet. Yes. So I really can't answer that question.
Okay.
It is unfortunate, but it's something that we could work on as a federation.
Okay. So did you test the book on your kids before you released it?
Of course.
Good stuff.
I tested it on several individuals.
Okay.
On myself, I went to the owner of the daycare that my daughter attends, got her feedback. I got the feedback of kindergarten teachers, other educators,
Lovely.
colleagues of my own. So, it did its role.
Nice.
I
So
did
you
my
have-
due diligence.
That's good. So you have a big endorsement so far.
Correct.
Good stuff.
All right, so that feedback, that process of testing it, positive and negative feedback, did you have to make any changes or?
Of course.
Okay, talk about that process.
Okay. The most interesting thing was that my colleague, she's my VP, Dr. Rotham, when I presented the proof to her, she was like, why are you using these jargons? Because I had simple words. It was simplistic, very, very simple. And she was like, challenge them. I was like, you sure? She was like, yes. She was like, expand their vocabulary, use this opportunity to do that. And at first I was uncomfortable. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Because it can't hurt. It can't hurt to expand your vocabulary. And then when I saw that, it became interesting for me because I allow my son to read it.
Lovely.
He's 8. He struggled with some of the words, like for example, in the book, there's indigenous, and I had to say indigenous, but he caught it, and I was like, okay, fantastic. And then we were on the bed, and he was like, Mommy, do you know that our ancestors came from Africa? I said, where did you learn that? He said, from the book. So, what was the question again?
The process, the feedback, absolutely.
Yes. So I really, really love the community that I'm a part of because they're very, very supportive. And as I said, my colleague, that one change that I had to make, I loved it. And I was so grateful for it.
So out of all the entrepreneurial professions there is, why did you decide to become an author?
Honestly, I was only playing around with the idea.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to get so much traction. I was only playing around with it. I was just, you know what, it's very interesting. I'm going to do this. I think it's important, it's needed. Let me just do it. And that was that.
It worked out.
Yes,
lovely.
and it's now only that I've released this book that I'm now exploring other.
Look at you.
Yes.
Congrats.
There's definitely progress, right?
Yes.
So the book, hard copy for now. Any plans to go digital?
Fantastic question. Yes. And I want my audience to know, because I had questions before. Is there a Kindle version available? It's not available as yet, but it will be. My husband keeps saying, go and make it available, go and make it available. I said no, because really and truly what I have in store is going to be superb. So for example, I see many of my students here working in your studio, and I know that some of them did our IT program. In the Kindle version, I would like to make it interactive. Yes, it's a selling point, but don't wait for the Kindle version though. You should purchase your hard copy.
Get the good old hard
I'm
copy.
going to make it interactive. So for example, I'm going to see if I'm going to put in videos, see if I can put in, if I could explore animation and gaming. So it's like so many possibilities, because it's digital. There's so many possibilities. So I'm like, I'm really, really excited. But for now, it's a hard copy only that is available, not the Kindle version as yet.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I don't want to say consider. So how do you intend to incorporate this book into our local school system?
Okay, great. So we're in the election, period. So I have to wait until that has blown over.
Okay.
I fully intend to meet with the director of early childhood. We already have a relationship already.
Okay.
Because,
Yes.
CFBC, early childhood. So I fully intend to meet with her, have a conversation with her. I fully intend to engage the PS. And I think the resource teachers as well.
Yes.
They'll be excellent persons to contact. I also intend to have a conversation with Mrs. Edmead.
Okay.
She's the person over CDU, Curriculum Development Unit at this time. I do know that there is some work being done on the curriculum for social studies.
Good stuff.
And so they're waiting for that process to be approved. But I am hoping that when it's finished, that as a resource text, they'll have my ABC book about
Yeah,
St. Kitts.
nice. And that will be so good. That will be good.
All right, sneak peek, because I know our viewers are dying to know. We're talking about the ABCs here. Favorite chapter in that book?
Yeah, no chapters.
All right, let's talk. Favorite letter?
Favorite letter. This is a challenging question. Favorite letter. You're making me have to go and mentally screen the book. Favorite letter.
I would think it was K,
I was just going to say K. I was going to say K. I was going to say K, but I did not want to lie. I did not want to be dishonest. But I do love K. And I know you only got a sneak peek, the viewers, you only got a sneak peek of A, but K is actually for Kalinago. Yes, in the book. So I do love K, but I don't know if it's my favorite letter in the book.
Wink, wink.
I love the hits.
Nice.
I love this, the ABCs of St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, let's talk about the illustrations in the book. I got a glimpse of some of them. Did you illustrate the book by yourself, or did you have a team?
With the help of an online source. Yes, I'm just going to be transparent because that's who I am. In the event that there's any other local author that is struggling with their illustrations and they need support. So really and truly, I use Canva design, exactly. And so I just pull the images together. And then there were also times where I had to, go and outsource. So I had to pay but go online, look for the image that I want, the stock image, the vector file or whatever. And then I had to pay for it, download it, then use that. There was one image in particular that I created myself.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
It was so interesting. And I remember showing my colleagues, and I was like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? How do you think he looks? And they were like, you did a really excellent job. So I'm really proud of myself there. But I do intend to do, as I said, other books. So for those, I intend to do it locally. I intend to find a local artist. I do have a particular person in mind already. I don't know if I should say his name so he gets the hint and probably give me a good discount. But I have seen his work. It's actually Mr. Joseph at the Bastia High School. That's the person I'm thinking about to the public. But if you are interested, you could always let me know. But I'm thinking about Mr. Joseph because you have seen his work. It's excellent. It's superb. And I really have confidence in him. This is free advertisement, hello, but yeah. So I'm really considering him as a local illustrator. He just has to draw the images and we just convert to digital. right? And we just do what we have to do. But as it relates to this book, generally, yes, they were illustrated by myself. And then I needed to just pull the images from wherever else.
All right, so the one that you created, under which letter would we find that one?
You want to put me under pressure? But it is M.
Oh,
I'm not
lovely.
saying what M is for, though.
That's fine.
But it's M.
So, folks, you got to go buy that book to see what M stands for. So, Karisa, can you tell us what part of the ABC books represent the island of Nevis?
The O. So there is O. O is, I would say what O is for. There's the O. And then
I know that
remember,
one.
it's generally about St. Kitts and Nevis too.
Yes.
But I know O specifically, off the top of my head, O
Yes.
specifically is about the island of Nevis.
Of course, we know that.
And J. J is also about...
What could J be?
I am guess.
I know O. I'm confident that I know O.
And you better
but
not
J,
say O.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it for the viewers. But I'm trying to figure out what J can be.
And
I'm gonna work on that.
J was really a surprise to many because when they had to review it, it's so strange that you're here, you don't know J. But
J.
yes,
I
they
think
were
I know J, you know.
I did not know about J. And it's like, yes, J.
I think I know J now. I think I know J, but of course I'm gonna let them go. So where can they buy the book?
Where can you buy the book?
Yes.
So currently the book is only available on Amazon.
Okay.
I know I told the public that they're going to be available in August. We are now in August, but unfortunately I'm still waiting for my shipment.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that it will arrive next week, Tuesday, and then from there by the Friday, you should have the book available. I am exploring options of having, local bookstores distribute
Nice.
the books. Exactly. We have to partner
Good
together.
stuff.
Yes, but those conversations are not, well, the agreements, they have not been finalized.
Okay.
But I will let the public know. But for now, if you're interested in pre-ordering, you can
Go on
pre-order.
Amazon. Yes.
May I give the information?
Please.
So you can pre-order,
Sure can,
yes.
I like
And
that.
actually, when you pre-order, you get a discount. You get the author's discount. So you can call or WhatsApp 667-5308. Sorry, that's 667-5308. Or you can send me a personal email at Karisa, that's KAYRISAK @gmail.com. So that's KAYRISAK @gmail.com. And I'm also on Facebook. So if you want to hit me up there, it's absolutely fine.
All right, perfect. C is for? I love the look. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there.
Naughty interviewer. To the public, disclaimer. Before during our break, we had a discussion about C. Now I'm being put on the spot. Anyway, C, I will tell you, is actually for Christopher Columbus. Do you have a question about C?
Do I have a question?
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
interesting because I know that when we talked about it before, you mentioned the use of a word that I think you changed in relation to Christopher
Yes.
Columbus. What's that word for viewers?
But I don't know if it's being taught still. But before, when we were being taught, we were told that Christopher Columbus discovered
Yes, we
St.
were
Kitts
told
and
that.
Nevis. And I got a lot of pushback. I had that statement in the book. I'll be honest. And I got a lot of pushback regarding that word. They were like, no, he did not discover St. Kitts and Nevis. So they were like, well, how about you explore saying this or saying that? And of course, we had to rewrite it. He's a part of the history. You can't
is a
deny,
part,
you
yes.
can't deny that. But what is debatable, of course, is his discovery
Yes.
of the islands. And so I had to change that statement to something more fitting. Right?
Yes.
And I want to ask you what that is.
So for persons that would have read your book, what is the feedback?
Oh, they love it.
Okay.
To my surprise, yesterday, my husband has he went to university with her, so it's a colleague, and not an acquaintance, a good friend. And she was here for music festival, and she went back. Sorry, too much information.
Yes.
But yes, what happened is that she's, I think she do cultural diversity in schools.
Okay,
so she
nice.
actually bought a few copies and she took it back. Well, she went back to the US. And so now she's adding it. She's distributing the books to different schools in the US. And I got a picture yesterday with a principal in Tallahassee. And he's there with the book. And he's like, you know, he was so intrigued. He was like, you know, I need to visit. Just from reading an ABC book. He was like, you know, I need to visit. And she was like, he had so many questions about the history and about the culture. So from an adult standpoint, even, well, for a tourist or a non-national, they are intrigued. For the children, they're just like, A is for this, B is for that. So I think she sent me a video of her son reading it, but they too are excited about it. Yes, adults love it, children love it, and I hope all my readers, whoever purchases the